Labour plan in full and with immediate effect. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
Thank you very much. Ed Timpson.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr Deputy Speaker. And the backdrop to this estimates debate is one, understandably, of a government department that has seen its workload, resource and capacity stretched and dominated by the pandemic, with all its profound implications for children, schools and families across the country. And it's an inescapable truth that despite the immense efforts of teachers, nursery staff, social workers and so many others, not forgetting parents and children themselves, the last 16 months have been a torrid time, including for many people in my Eddisbury constituency. But now we need to turn the page and push on with our recovery. And to that end, in supporting today's estimates, and can I acknowledge the not insignificant additional funding to date of £3 billion for education recovery, with new tutoring programmes, teacher training and development, including £184 million for national professional qualifications, summer schools, enrichment activities, catch-up and recovery premiums. There is real cause for optimism that we can now turn the tide on lost learning. And whilst I know ministers will want to go further, including looking at time spent at school, this package leaves plenty to be getting on with. And can I particularly welcome the £153 million of new funding to provide for evidence-based professional development programmes for early years practitioners, including the absolutely vital area of speech and language development, with research from the Education Endowment Foundation showing that measures taken to combat Covid-19 have deprived the youngest children of social contact and experiences essential for increasing their vocabulary. This is all the more important. Another key aspect of education recovery is physical education, and you'll be pleased to hear, Mr Deputy Speaker, that last Monday, the 21st of June, the task force I chaired on the future of physical education, with the support of the Association for Physical Education and, amongst others, the England Rugby Union World Cup winner, Jason Robinson OBE, published its report on the future of physical education. It sets out the benefits of high-quality, well-taught PE and how there's never been a clearer or more compelling case for it. The springboard to a life of physical activity and sport, regular PE not only improves children's physical, mental and emotional health, but has a positive impact on their ability to concentrate, socialise and perform better academically. What is not to like, Mr Deputy Speaker? And it's why the government's continued commitment to the £320 million per year premium PE and sport premium, recently confirmed for the next academic year, is so vital. It provides the foundation for ensuring there's great PE and a great PE teacher working in every primary school in England. And then to embed its legacy, I would urge my right honourable friend to do all he can to secure a multi-year settlement for the premium at the next comprehensive spending review. Good luck. But the recommendations of our report provide the blueprint for going further to really ensuring PE is at the heart of school life, that it's accessible to all and crucially can play a significant role in our children's recovery from the pandemic. So I hope my right honourable friend has read or will read the report. It's mercifully short, and perhaps meet with me and some of the task force members to discuss its recommendations in more detail. Can I also welcome the consultation and call for evidence launched today by the Department for Education on behaviour management strategies in school units and managed moves. This is in order to inform new government guidance on behaviour and discipline and suspensions and permanent exclusions due to be published later this year, and represents an active response to recommendations made in my own review of school exclusion from May 2019. And finally, Mr Deputy Speaker, as we've heard, last week saw 375,000 pupils off school, and I can vouch for 2 of those, with only 15,000 of them with a confirmed case of Covid-19. And I'm aware also of schools now closing early in order to comply with current isolation rules. And that's more lost weeks, unfortunately, of education on top of the 19 already gone. Now, clearly this situation isn't sustainable. Sending so-called bubbles home is causing, I'm afraid, disproportionate disruption to too many children's education, not to mention the social, emotional, physical and mental consequences. So I'm pleased that both the Health Secretary and my right honourable friend have indicated their desire and determination to develop the plans needed for schools, and I hope colleges, universities and nurseries as well, to be able to return for the new academic year in September as normal. By then, teachers and staff will be double vaccinated, and subject to science, there is, I believe, a strong case for secondary pupils to be afforded the same protection as is happening in France, Spain, Austria, Israel and elsewhere. Because in my view, We cannot afford, and our children cannot afford, another disjointed, disrupted, difficult year of education. Thanks to the near victory of the vaccine, we now have the chance to forge a better future for our children. Let's make sure we take it.
Hold, pause.